What's going on, YouTube? Back again. I did pretty good last night, so we'll give it another shot again tonight. Whenever this video gets posted to my normal videos, y'all can just skip through the first few minutes, because this is going to be a minute for anybody starts joining up. This is my second video, so it'll be a minute for everybody gets notified that I'm on. Last night's stream was pretty good. Didn't really talk about much to anybody because I wouldn't stay in the live for very long to talk. But I rant and raved about just life and about how hard it is to live out here in today's time versus when I was a little kid. Hopefully tonight might maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I mean, it's Sunday night. Everybody's getting ready for work tomorrow and all that crap. See, I cut grass and I haul stuff across the neighboring states. That's what I do for a living. So it's not too hard. It's pretty simple. Hey, 4 viewers, how y'all doing tonight? Just come back to chat, see what everybody wants to talk about. Last night's stream was pretty good, I was saying before. Just talk about everything, talk about what was going on yesterday. Anybody want to hit that like button or comment? Nobody lets me know y'all are there. Athena 2000 CE, what's up? Element, or no, Experiment. English or Spanish? English. Which I do have Spanish in my family tree. I got 3 brothers that are half Hispanic, and I got one brother that's half Vietnamese. Yeah, I guess if you call me gay, I'm pretty happy, you know. Kind of music I like about everything. Rock, rap, country, some heavy metal. You know, I like pretty much anything. What about you? What kind of stuff do you like listening to? Probably my, I wouldn't say favorite band, but probably rock band would be Volbeat. They're from Copenhagen, Denmark. They got really big in the mid 2000s, probably 08, 09. They started getting really big in the United States. They're pretty good. I'm from the East Coast, United States. Volbeat is Volbeat. They're from Copenhagen, Denmark. They're really good. I love their music. There's probably not a song they play that I don't like. To be really honest. They're really good. I started listening to them when they first came to America, and they started getting really big in like '09, '08, '09, and they're really good. I like their music. Yeah, prayers for Trump. Yep, and his family. Thank God that he didn't pass away on us, because we need him. Yeah, Athena, they're. I'm telling you, you'll like them. They have a song. What is it? I can't even think of it. I can hear it in my head play it, but I can't think of the name. They're really good. I like them. Let's see. Another good band I like, Falling in Reverse. They're pretty good. I like them. They're pretty good. Let's see. No, I ain't never been out in the country before. I ain't never ain't really had a reason to go outside the country. Heck, this day and time, I wouldn't want to travel out the country the way stuff's going around the world. You might get over there on vacation somewhere and get stuck because something happens. And so, just like with COVID, when COVID hit, everybody was traveling, doing their thing, and they were stuck in them countries and couldn't leave because they didn't want nobody on airplanes. So that'd be my luck. Go over to Europe or somewhere just to travel through Europe or whatever and get stuck for some bullcrap like that. I love Mexican food. Mexican food's the greatest. Because I'm not sure if you were here before, but I have 3 Spanish brothers. So I grew up in that culture. And I love Mexican food. My mom, she speaks fluent Spanish. And she cooks the hell out of some damn food. Her first husband, his mama taught my mom how to cook Mexican food. And she's from Mexico, so she knows what's up. And man, her food's amazing. The best parts that I remember growing up is, this is what I miss. I miss the Mexican cookouts. Like when they would have a party, like a quinceañera or anything, it's probably 100 people there, and all the food you can imagine there, and all the food that you can eat. So damn good. So good. That's what I miss about it. But she had, she's divorced, so she's by herself, and she's raising my brothers by herself. My little brothers. One just turned 18, and the other one will be turning 16 this year. So they're almost out of the house. Yeah, their parties was insane. I mean, I used to go to all kind of cookouts with them, with my stepdad. Like, I mean, it was awesome. The culture's awesome. I love the Spanish culture. I love it. That's one thing I miss about it, about that life is going to meet different people and his family or friends, and because they all bring you in like your family. I mean, they don't like, ooh, you get away from me, I don't know you. No, they all bring you in, and they accepted you for who you was, and I love the Spanish culture. Heck, my family, on my dad's side, they're all, of course, white, and heck, I don't even like being around a lot of them a lot of the times, and it's sad, but it is what it is. Hi, Noah B. I don't know if you're still here or not, but hi. If I was to travel outside the U.S., I would love to go to England. That's where my descent comes from, well, half of my descent comes from England. The other half comes from Germany. But I like to go to England and New Zealand. Those would be my two places to go to. What's going on, Noah? We're just out here chatting, man. If you want to throw something in there to talk about, just hit me up. Well, I'll talk about it, man. No. Yeah, those would be my two places to go. It'd be England or New Zealand, because they've got pretty country out there. I've got a little bit of Irish in me, not a whole lot of Irish, but since I'm already over, I'll be over there. I'd go visit Ireland too. So. Mexico, though, you just got to know where to go in Mexico where it'd be safe. I've heard some bad stories about people going to Mexico and not coming back because they went down the wrong road or went to the wrong town or whatever. Because some of those countries is dangerous. You just got to know what you're doing down there. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool, Noah. That's awesome, man. I got a little bit of Irish in me. My wife, she did the genealogy on us, and my last name dates back to the 17th century, as far back as we found it, and everything. And what's funny is that after we did everything, the whole tree, the genealogy, with our DNA and everything. I am, this is going to sound kind of weird, but I'm the whitest Indian you ever meet. Between my mom and my dad, I'm right at 22 and a quarter Cherokee Indian. But I'm white. Like, I'm white. I can't go in the sun. I'll blister. It's funny. But, it's pretty wild. Now my arms, and my face, they tan up pretty good, but my back, my legs, you give it up. I'll be like a red lobster out there. The last time I got really bad sunburn, I had 2nd-degree burns on my back from the sun, and I had to go to the hospital and get shots and everything for the swelling and the irritation. It's pretty bad. It's cool, Noah. Appreciate it, man. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Later, dude. I'm gonna try to do this every other night or every night. Later, dude. Be safe. We also got a little bit of Viking blood in me too. Not a whole lot, but I've traced it back to some of the first Vikings that was over here before Christopher Columbus discovered it. But it's what a lot of people don't understand. Christopher Columbus wasn't the first one to discover America. The Vikings were here first, and I do have a little bit of Viking blood in me. Hence the thick red beard and all that. Somebody did a study on people with thick red or thick beards, period. Don't matter what color. That you have the same blood as your ancestors, as the ones with thicker beards was the ones that went out to war and the ones that went out to forage back in those days. Yeah. Yeah. But the Vikings, man, they were some ruthless people. You didn't cross them people, because they did all kind of stuff to your body. They mutilated their victims. They man, they they would hang their victims in trees with. Man, it was bad. I don't want to get too much detail. It's pretty bad. You just have to go look it up for yourself. But they were some ruthless people. But they were the people that you didn't mess with back in them times. It's constant fighting, constant war, constant everything. They really couldn't even sit down to breathe because they were constantly at it all the time. Because you have one set trying to take over this set, and this set, it was all the time. And what they did to the natives in America back in those days was really, really bad too. There's a movie about it. It's like a 2.5, 3 hour long movie, and it's very, very bad of what they did to the natives in America. It's an older movie. I think it was come out in the mid 2000s, but I can't remember what it's called though. But they were pretty bad people. Yeah, they did that too. Yeah, the Twisted Torture. The New World. That sounds really familiar, but I'm not sure if I have or not. I'll have to. I really don't get into movies much anymore. I've just been too busy to sit down and actually breathe to watch a movie. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. I'll have to go check it out. My free time, if I have any free time, it's on YouTube. I'll get on there and I'll watch different things. That's cool. My wife's mom, she did her genealogy, and hers dates back to where she's related to Pocahontas' first cousin. So they were like cousins back, whatever. It's pretty wild what you can find out when you do your genealogy. YouTubers I like. My favorite YouTuber, he's great. He plays scary games. His name is his name is Vlad, but his channel's called The Outer Middle Show. That dude's hilarious. He gets on there, plays scary games, and gets the shit scared out of him. It's hilarious. Like, if you're into that, you'll have a good time. He's my favorite. And the other YouTube channels I watch, I think it's called How Ridiculous. I think it's what it's called. I can't remember. But it's a group of boys. It's basically the New Zealand version of Dude Perfect. They're pretty cool. Then I watch Kentucky Ballistics. He's a gun channel. Demolition Ranch. He's a gun channel. Let's see. Turning Rust. Turning Rust is about a son and a dad that goes and buys junk cars out of the woods, and they fix them up and sell them and everything. That channel's pretty cool. What else? A lot of car channels. No Nonsense, No How. He's another YouTube mechanic. He's pretty cool. Seth Drums. He's pretty cool. He plays drums to songs that people make up with AI. Like for example, Gangster's Paradise. That song, it's an old song, but somebody AI'd it to where Frank Sinatra was singing it, and so he was playing the drums for that song. It was pretty cool. Frog Leap Studios. He's a guy from, I think, Norway or Sweden. He covers songs. He takes regular songs and makes them rock music. It's pretty cool. What do you like? I mean, what YouTubers do you watch? Yeah, the AI stuff is really getting pretty crazy. Like, if they're not careful, that AI is gonna take over the world like the Matrix. That's what the Matrix is about. The Matrix is about that we discovered AI and created a robot, and the robot took over the world and basically figured out how to make people, and that's what the Matrix is about. is the people realizing that they're in a simulation, and they figure out how to get back to the real world, and that's what Matrix is about. I'm not really savvy on computer stuff, not like I used to be. I mean, back when I was younger, I could take a computer apart and put it all back together and fix it. But nowadays, I done forgot that trade. I don't know. I don't really know much about computer theory. I just know that if they keep letting technology be as smart as it is, that it's going to take over one day. I like watching history too. I forgot about that one. I like watching a lot of history stuff. I like learning about, I think I'm weird, but I like learning about serial killers and how they think. And it's pretty wild. And then I like watching about aliens and stuff. Because I believe that there's aliens out there. I believe they're here. We just can't see them. But this place is too damn big for it just to be us. I mean, we're not the only beings in the world. I'm sorry. People can call me crazy or retarded. But there's more out there that we haven't discovered yet. You know, because we don't have the technology to travel out that far because it's so cold. That satellite that they sent out to Pluto, you know, when they sent it out, when it finally got to Pluto, it took it like 10 years to get out there. And then when it started sending the data back, it took it another 3 years for us to receive the data. You know, and they decided to let it keep going. So it's still on the same travel. And they just now got a new picture. It took it like 5 or 6 years just to download a picture. That's how far away it is from us. But the technology is just not there yet for us to travel that far. That's all right. How the world would react? I wouldn't think the world would react like you think it would, where everybody be in state panic. Because I believe everything like that is drip fed. The government knows about aliens, and they know that there's a possibility that we could see them. That's why they drip feed it in our minds with movies and stuff. Because how can somebody sit down and think of what these aliens in these movies look like? They don't know. It's in their head, supposedly. So it gets drip fed down throughout the years. So when they actually do appear, we're going to be like, okay, cool. We seen that on Men in Black last week. Big whoop. The only way that I think if we would be in a state panic if they started coming down and attacking us. I mean, that'd be the only way. But if they come down to be friendly, it'd be just like you seeing your neighbor Jimmy Joe down the street. That's what I believe anyway. But the closest thing to an alien that you can see is octopus. That creature is the closest thing to an alien that me and you will ever see in our life. Because you go watch videos on octopus behavior. I mean, you take an octopus and you watch it, and every time it jumps to one thing to another in the ocean, it automatically changes to that texture in the blink of an eye. Like you can't even see it anymore. It don't matter what color, shape, size, don't matter. It can take his whole body and make it look like the object that it is sitting on. That's the closest thing to an alien you're going to get to. And they're very, very smart. I was watching a YouTuber. He has an octopus, and he couldn't figure out for the life of him how his other fish in the house was getting eaten or getting gone. He couldn't figure it out. He thought his cat was doing it, but he didn't have any proof, so he put a camera up in his house and he left. The octopus figured out how to get out of his enclosure, went to the other fish's enclosure, got the fish, ate the fish, and went back to his enclosure without anybody ever knowing it. And they're very, very smart. Then I was watching another YouTuber. He has an octopus, and he would leave the light on at night, and the octopus didn't like it. So the octopus figured out how to shoot water at the light to short it off, so it cut itself off. I mean, if you talk about aliens, it'd be closest thing to be octopus. Anyway, let me see what else you said. But will they share the same technology? Probably not, because if they had a different technology that we had, then it was a lot better. I don't think they wouldn't share it at first, because they'd want to know if we're going to use it against them or not. I think that's how that would go. You know, one reason why I believe that we haven't traveled that far in the solar system is because we don't have the brain capabilities of thinking of the technology to get us there. You know, because we only use, I think, like what they say, 3% of our brain we only use in daily life. I think she had 3 or 4%. I can't remember exactly what they said, but we don't use a lot of our brain. The only way that we would get smarter is it'd have to be a being come down that looked like us, shared the same qualities of DNA, but they were alien. They were a foreign entity. The only way we would have the technology and have the brain to do that technology is that they would have to come and breed with us, and whatever come out, you know, that's the way it would be. That's what I think. Call me crazy, but we just don't have the brain capabilities to create that technology to get us out of the solar system, to travel it to other galaxies or whatever. We just don't have the mind to do that, and we won't never see that. Like, we'll be dead and gone before that ever even happens. Because if you go back 100 years from today, go back to 100 years from now or behind us, and you look at what they predict the future. People say, I was reading this the other day. People said that we would have flying cars. We would all kind of, man. You should see the stuff that people thought about in the future, that what we would be doing today. It's pretty wild. You need to go look at that. It's pretty wild of what people thought that we would be doing today, 100 years from their time. It's pretty crazy. But we won't ever see a flying car. I mean, we're just now breaking into the self-driving car, and it's not even made it out of the first prototype yet. I mean, they say the Tesla car can do that, but there's so many bugs and so many everything, they won't get that far. I mean, I was reading a story a while back about the self-driving car, and the dude fell asleep, and the Tesla, and the car was driving by itself, and the dude crashed. I mean, it couldn't, like, I don't know if he had a communication problem with whatever it's connected to, but the dude crashed. I'm like, and people think that it's safe to have a freaking self-driving. It's just not, man. The technology is just not there. We're ahead of its time on stuff like that. Spiders, I like spiders. I love them, but I freak out if they get on me. I ain't gonna lie. Spiders, probably, fear of 1 to 10, probably a 6, maybe a 6. I'm cool with them as long as they're not on me. Like a black widow. I mean, I even got them tattooed on my body. I got 2 black widows on my hand. One there and one right there. They're cool. But as far as like crawling up, nope, I'm out. I'm out the damn door really quick. Snakes, I love snakes. I've been playing with snakes my whole life. I would go down to the lake and pick up copperheads and cottonmouths and play with them when I was little. I won't do that now because my reflexes ain't that good. But back when I was younger, that's what I used to do. Black snakes, king snakes, all that. I still play with them. My boy, my son, he wants a ball python, but we're in between houses right now because our house burned up in a fire this past April, and so we're down here at my dad's staying until we can get it fixed. We just got the new windows put in. I got to go back up there and put some more windows in, and we'll be back in our house hopefully in a couple months. So why can't you do snakes? I mean, are you just afraid of them, or you just don't like the texture, or what's up? And thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, we were actually there when it started burning down, or it didn't burn down, it just burnt the inside. It started in our bedroom. A surge protector actually got, I guess, shorted out, and it didn't kick the breaker in the house, and it just kept the current going, and that's what started the fire. The rest of the house was just water damage from the fire department and smoke damage. And it took 2 30-yard dumpsters to clean out my house. All the sheetrock, all of the insulation, all of our belongings that burn up, and everything. So that was $1,000 combined for both of them. And so now we're just on the mend now, repairing the house. Well, hopefully you'll never get bit by any spider, but yeah, I feel you. My dad, he don't like anything that crawls. Nope, you give it up, don't matter what it is. Ticks, grasshoppers, rats, snakes, anything that crawls, he's out the door. So that was a fun childhood, by the way. Because what we would do is that, you know them little wooden snakes that move like a real snake? I stuck one in the steps as he's coming home from work, and he looked down and seen it, and it was over. He was back in the truck before I knew it. And then one time, I had actually forgotten that I did this because I was hoping he would do it before I left. I took a fake tarantula and put it in his sun visor in his work truck. And I was hoping that he would just pull it down while I was with him. He didn't, so I went home and forgot about it. So when he was coming down the road, he was checking the mail, and he pulled the sun visor down, and it fell on him, and he ended up in the ditch in the driveway. And yeah, it was bad. And I just now told him that it was me that did that so many years ago. He didn't know who did it. He thought it was somebody at work, but yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, they lightning bugs. Are you not? I mean, I thought lightning bugs are everywhere. That's pretty cool though that you got to see them. Fun fact though, if you eat 12 of those, it'll kill you. The glow stuff in there that makes them glow is poisonous. So by the way, I didn't know that till the other day. There's a guy on YouTube talking about the lightning bugs. If you eat more than 12, it'll kill you. I don't know who's out here eating lightning bugs either, so it's pretty wild. But lizards, I like lizards. They're pretty cool. Probably one of my favorite lizards would be the lizard. I want to say it's in Australia, the one that opens up the back of his head, opens up or whatever. I can't remember what they're called. That's one of my favorite lizards right there. They're pretty cool. My second favorite would probably be a bearded dragon. I had one of those. I had it for years. And we were moving, and we couldn't take it with us, so my friend took her. Yeah, my dad, well, luckily, when he found out that I was the one that done that, Luckily, I was an adult, so he just said that was pretty messed up. But when it happened, he thought somebody at his job did it, so they took the heat and I didn't. But it was pretty funny. I'm just glad he did it there and not driving down the road, because if he had did that driving down the road, he'd have probably ended up in a wreck, bad wreck or whatever. So luckily, he just ended up in the ditch in our driveway. But we used to pull pranks like that on my dad all the time. We had, my stepmom had this letter holder on the wall that had all the bills and stuff. And I took a fake spider and put down in between two envelopes and said, hey, somebody sent you a check from some company. It's in the little mailbox on the wall. So he goes in there looking through it and finds the spider, and mail goes everywhere. Yeah, that was pretty funny. See, back when YouTube first started up, if I was smart, I'd have got all that on record, because I would probably have the biggest prank channel of all time. But you know, when you're a kid, you don't think about nothing like that. But hindsight's 2020. But I got him on this channel. If you go watch the short video, we were on this porch and I scared the ever living daylights out of him. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna start doing that though. When I see an opportunity, I'm gonna record it and do it. Because my dad, he's always been jumpy. Always. I don't know why, but he's always been jumpy. You just go boo and he'll jump. It's pretty crazy. But all in all, though, we had some good times and bad times growing up. So what about you? What about if you you have any family that's jumpy? I'm about to drink. Oh yeah, y'all. I appreciate that. Y'all stay safe too, because the way we're going right now, I don't know what's going to happen in the next month or two. With all this what's unfolding right now in the politics and stuff. So y'all stay safe, stay vigilant, and I appreciate it. I'll try to be back on tomorrow. Later. Hey guys, the ones that are just joining, we're just on here chatting about anything. So if you got something on your mind, you want to talk about it, well, let's shoot it in the comments and we'll talk about it. Could be anything in the world. Ain't gonna hurt my feelings. No judgment here. See you later. What's going on, guys and gals? All shapes and sizes. We're just on here talking about anything and everything. If you feel like talking about a breakup, boyfriend, girlfriend, if you feel like talking about how your dad's a dick or your mom's a whatever, let's talk about it. I don't care. Or if you feel like you need to talk to somebody because you're going through some shit, well, we'll talk. I ain't gonna judge you. Floor's open to anybody who wants to talk. I'm gonna start a poll. Yeah, one viewer. Come on, we can get that up. Come on, we can get that views up. Get them like button going. We on here chit chatting about anything you want to talk about. We can talk about your childhood, if it sucked or if it was great. Talk about grandparents. Talk about how your dog died or your dog got a trophy in a contest. I don't care. Let's talk. There's a lady on here on YouTube. She does a lot of live videos. Her name's Tammy Hull. People on there, man, they give that woman shit. They call her every name in the book. I mean, she's just a woman out here trying to survive and trying to get through her life. You know, if her life ain't easy, doesn't mean you have to make it harder for her. You know, if she's going through some shit, you know, I get on there and take up for her a lot. So people call her ugly names. It's not nice to call people ugly names, man, because if they're going through some shit, you know, you don't want to make their life harder. You know, because sometimes people get on here just to talk because they're going through some shit in their mind, you know, and if they're trying to do this to keep from like self-harming, and when people on there calling them names, it makes them more and more want to go self-harm themselves, you know. It's not good, man. I'm going to tell you a story from where I'm from. There's a little 10-year-old boy, nicest boy you ever meet in your life. Like, a little boy loved fishing. Like, this little boy, it was a die-hard fisherman. Like, he was going to be on TV fishing. And we had a little community pond down here. He was down there every day. Like, he didn't live too far from it, and so he walked. But he was down there every day with a rod in his hand. And when I'd go down there, I'd talk to him, I'd fish with him, and we had a good old time, me and my kids and my wife. You know, he was a nice little boy. And the little boy went home and hung himself. Okay, I had an interruption. I'm sorry, but I'm not sure if he got cut off or not. But anyway, the little boy, I got the noticing that he wasn't there anymore, and I'm like, where's the little boy at? He's always been here. And he come to find out, the little boy hung himself in his closet because kids at school was bullying him, and it didn't help the fact that his mama and his stepdaddy was fucking assholes too. And yeah, he wasn't safe at home, and he wasn't safe at school. I think they ended up locking the stepdad up, having something to do with it, but they later on, I think he's released now. They later on found a note saying, you know, his goodbyes. That's the reason why I don't do that crap bully. My dad raised us up, and if somebody is in a worse shape than you are, you leave them alone, because you don't know what they're going through at home. And getting back to Miss Tammy I was talking about, people on there, man, they make fun of her. It's bad, man. It's not nice. And she's on here just trying to make her life better, to getting away from her problems. That she probably finds comfort in this to get all of her stuff off of her head. But people on there call her all kind of names. If you see her on live, just be nice. That's all, you know. Just be nice. It's free. You don't cost you shit. Just be nice. That goes for anybody in life. Just be nice. You know how easy the world would be if you be nice? Simple. The golden rule: if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's in the Bible. Let's see. What else? I like fishing. I mean, I love going fishing. Fishing's awesome. It's relaxing to me. You know, when you find that thing you like to do, and the whole world just disappears, and you're like, what's that noise? Oh yeah, nothing, because I'm not stressing over my problems. That's how I do with fishing, because fishing helps me cope with what's going on in my life. And you're too scared to reach help, don't be too scared, because there's there's too much for you to live for. You know, you may not think that somebody don't like you. There's somebody out there that likes you or even loves you. So when you take your own self out like that, if it gets to that point, don't do it. Don't reach out for help. Call somebody. Call one of the hotlines. There are millions of hotlines. They can get you the help you need. You know, like that guy that was having thoughts about killing people. It's on YouTube. You can go watch this guy. He told a story about it. That he called the hotline because he said he has a fear of he's wanting to kill people, and so when they didn't help him, he thought that was the universe telling him that he's no good. So he took a rifle and he went and shot and killed like 10 people. And he said the universe has failed me, so I have to do this. He thought in his head he had to go kill people because he had a mental problem. But I don't think he called the right people. This was a long time ago. This is probably 20 years ago. But now there's so many outlets. Just don't be thinking about self-harming or killing yourself. Don't do it. Just don't. You got too much to live for. Whether you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or you have a niece or a nephew that looks up to you, or just don't do it. That's why I'm leaving the floor open. If you feel like you need to get something off your chest, just this. You know, ain't nobody gonna judge you here, because I'll kick them out. I don't care. If somebody wants to be an asshole, I can just hit their name and block them, and they won't be in the chat no more. Because I don't have any moderators. I'm the only moderator, so and I ain't got a lot of traffic right now, so I can go through these comments pretty good. Talking about like movies and stuff. One of my favorite movies, a scary movie, is Cujo, written by Stephen King. Some people believe that was based on a true story or true events. I think it does say in the opening credits that it was based on true events. Don't quote me on that. But when he wrote that movie, he was so high on cocaine that he had actually forgot that he wrote the story. It's pretty funny. I was reading about that a while back, and I didn't even know the man was on any kind of drugs. But yeah, he was a real heavy cocaine user, and he said that he was so messed up on coke that he had actually forgotten that he had wrote that story. It was pretty crazy. Stephen King wrote a lot of good books, and a lot of good movies has come out of his books. But Cujo is one of my favorite movies, though, on the scary side. Probably favorite movie of all time would be Joe Dirt, like 100%. David Spade. Joe Dirt was pretty damn hilarious. I can pretty much recite the whole damn movie in my head. But my favorite actor would be Adam Sandler. He's my favorite of all freaking time. Like, if I was to meet him, I would probably pass the fuck out of internal shock. Me and my wife surprised me with tickets when he came to Greenville to the Bon Secure Arena a couple years ago. We got pretty good seats too for the price that she paid. He put on a really good show. It was really good, really good. but I couldn't. He had a ticket that you could buy. It was like either $5,000 or $10,000 for one ticket, but you got to hang out with him for the day. Like he'll come to your house, pick you up in a limo, and you had the whole day to him, just you and him. And that got you backstage, meet and greet with all of the crew that was there, because he had a lot of people there with him. He had Kevin Nealon, he had Rob Schneider, he had David Spade showed up unannounced. Like David Spade showed up to the show unannounced, and he's like, "Hey, look, dude, I'm going on." So cut me in 45 minutes. That's what he did. So I got to see pretty much his close net group all in one night, and because it said you come to the show and special guest, and the special guest was Rob Schneider, but it was really a treat when David Spade came out because we wasn't expecting David Spade. The whole freaking arena went crazy, and when he walked out. But it was a really good show. If I ever get to meet him, that'd be great. That'd be freaking awesome if I ever got to meet Adam Sandler. Great guy. He does a lot for kids. He does a lot for everybody. He's a good guy. But he's still rated the worst actor of all time by the #1 critics. My opinion, they're all full of shit. My opinion, he's the best actor. Like, he's very versatile. He can have a serious role and he can have a funny role. The best movie, in my opinion, he's ever made was Reign Over Me. It's about a family that it's about a guy that lost his family in the 9/11 attack, and he's in a deep psychosis, and he finds an old friend finds him and gets him out of that psychosis because he lost his wife and 2 daughters, and that's a true story. It's not a written story that he wrote. It's a real true event. It's a real true family. Then he wrote the movie and everything. It's really, really good. It's a real serious role. It's called Reign Over Me. It's either Reign Over Me or Reign On Me. I can't remember. But you'll see it when you look it up. It's really good. Y'all will enjoy that movie. Bring tissues because it will make you cry. So just so you know. One movie about his I didn't really care too much for was Spanglish. That was his take on like a rom-com, I think. I didn't like it. That's about the only thing I ever liked of him. Uncut Gems is a really good movie. I just didn't like the ending. The ending sucked balls. It was dumb. The ending, I didn't like the ending, but the movie overall was really good. Hubie Halloween. That movie was pretty funny, but in some spots it's kind of like, but that was pretty good overall movie. Let's see. Mr. Deeds is pretty good. It's one of my favorites. It's in my top 10. Let's see. Big Daddy was pretty good. He actually met his wife off of Big Daddy. The wife he's with now. I think it's his only wife. But he met her on that set. She was the waitress in the bar. If you don't know and scratching your head like what? Yeah, that's how he met her. On that set of that movie. They hit it off and fell in love, and look at them now. Been together ever since. Let's see. Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, top 5 favorites. I can't wait till Happy Gilmore 2 comes out. Which I hope they make it pretty good. I hope they don't cheese it up too bad, but Because it's hard to make a sequel to a freaking iconic movie. It's hard to make a sequel to top it. So I hope it does really good. Speaking of sequels, though, that's why Will Ferrell is not making a Step Brothers 2, is because he don't want to ruin the first one. Because he said the first one was so damn good that he's scared if he made a second one that it wouldn't do right. Like it, because he did Anchorman 2, and he says Anchorman 2 tanked. Like it wouldn't that once people figured out that it wasn't that great, he's like, I'm not ruining Step Brothers. So if people are wondering about Step Brothers 2, it'll never happen. Because he's going to come out and said multiple times that he'll never do a Step Brothers 2. Will Ferrell's another one of my favorite actors. He's pretty good. I like him. If you want to watch a good one that he does, I think it's called Yard Sale. He's having to sell all of his belongings because his wife left him for his best friend. So he's got all of his shit out in the yard, and he's trying to sell it. And every time somebody comes up to buy something, he says, "No, I'm gonna hold on to that. Nope, I'm not selling that." It's pretty funny, but it's a serious role. So if you want to see him in a serious setting, you go watch that one. It's an older movie. I think it's called Yard Sale. It's pretty good. Let's see. Another one of my favorites that Will Ferrell did was Talladega Nights. That one was really good. That's freaking hilarious. That's a classic right there, man. That movie, him and what's his name? I just had it in my head. John C. Reilly. They go together like peas and carrots, as Forrest Gump would say. I mean, they hit off each other, man. Like they're really good together. I could probably recite that movie too, as Talladega Nights, man. But you got to get the unrated version, because the one they put on TV is they cut a lot of that movie out, and you got to see the unrated version, because that's the better one to watch, is the unrated version of Talladega Nights. If you see the one on Netflix and like on Hulu and shit, it's not the unrated version. It's the one they put on actual regular TV. They cut a lot of that crap out, and to me that ruins the movie. You know, when you take a masterpiece and you cut a lot of shit out and just put it on regular TV because it's got all the bad shit in it, to me it ruins the movie. If you can't see the first one the way it is, just don't put it on TV. Just don't put it on TV. Another one that John C. Reilly did was it's a comedy to Walk the Line about Johnny Cash. You guys get the unrated version on that one too. The unrated version on Walk Hard is so much better than the regular version. I'm telling you. And that movie's based on a real guy. If you watched it past the credits on Walk Hard, the actual guy that he's portraying was a singer of Johnny. He was a cover for Johnny Cash. He was in a cover band. Pretty wild. The movie's fake as shit, but the person that he's portraying, Dewey, is a real guy. That movie's hilarious too. If you ain't ever seen Walk Hard, go watch it. Just don't watch it with your children because it ain't children friendly. Let's see. I can talk about movies all day long. I mean, I can talk about that crap all day long. Let's see. What's up, guys and gals? Well, I had 3 on here. I just said, adios, bitch. I ain't listening to you. You look stupid. Nah, I'm just fooling. So what do y'all think about old Mike Tyson and famous old Jake Paul? Like, it's a fucking joke, man. I don't really care too much for Jake Paul or his brother. They're both morons. But you gotta hand it to Jake. He's very, very smart, and he really knows how to make money. You know, he can put together something in 5 seconds and then make him $20 million overnight. Like, he's really business savvy. He knows what he's doing. He knows what'll draw a crowd. He knows what will be seen and heard. And people can ridicule him about all these boxing fights that he's put on TV and stuff. People can say what he wants, but he's a good promoter. He knows how to make each other money. When he sets up fights, he's smart. And he knew that when he wants to fight Mike Tyson, he knows that is going to be the most watched show in the freaking world. Man, that's going to make so much damn money. It's not even funny. I mean, when you've got that kind of money going to be floating around, you can get pretty much anybody to do what you need to do. You know, if it's set up, like, I don't even know if the fight's even still going on, because I don't keep up with them. I just hear about it on YouTube every now and again, and people talking about it. But if it's set up for Tyson to lose, Tyson will lose, because there's so much money going to be made. Because people are going to be watching that shit, glued to their fucking TV. Like the match when Mike Tyson fought Holyfield. I was at home watching that shit on pay-per-view back in the fucking 90s when he fought Holyfield. I think it was the late 90s. But I think that show, that just for that pay-per-view, I think it was over $100 million. Because everybody loved Mike Tyson. And when he was getting his ass kicked and his bell rung, he had to think of something quick. And he bit the dude's ear off, because he was getting his fucking bell rung. And there was so much money in that damn fight, though. And Jake Paul's like, dude, bring old fucking Tyson out of retirement, $200 million. Boom, maybe $1 billion. Hell, this damn time you ever know. Because Tyson can, you know, hype it up. Well, I'm not no bitch. I ain't doing it for the money. I'm blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. If it wasn't about the money, you wouldn't be doing it. And that's anybody. You just don't go to work because I ain't need this money. I just go to work for fun. It's not like that. You can say what you want, but I don't really care. If the fight's still going on and he's set up to lose, he'll lose. Like through and through. Because it's Jake Paul's show. It ain't Mike Tyson wanting to fight him, called him out. It's Jake Paul's show. Jake Paul runs the show. Jake Paul, man, smart. Very smart. He knew what he was doing when he left. I think, wasn't both of them in Disney? I can't remember. I know one of them was. When they left Disney, he knew how to make money. He knew what was up and what wasn't. Very smart. I mean, I don't care too much for both of them, but you got to hand it to Jake. He's very smart. He knows what to draw a crowd. But anyway, enough about them dudes. Let's see. I'm about to end this live here in about 10 minutes. I'm going to end it here in about 10 minutes. I've been on here an hour and 6 minutes, and I've had a pretty good bit of traffic come through talking about some shit, and that's pretty cool. I like that. I like engaging with y'all people, man. Y'all need to get on board, you know. Talk about anything you want to talk about, because I'm not going to censor you. I mean, YouTube might censor you, but I'm not going to censor you. I mean, it don't matter to me. You want to talk about LGBTQ or whatever you call it, just talk about it, man. I mean, I don't care. I ain't going to judge you. It's not my place to judge anybody. That's God. God judges everybody. I don't want that job. But anyway, I was hauling golf carts for this company. I'm not going to mention their name, but I was making pretty good money. And then all of a sudden, I get a text from the guy today. Oh, we got a driver that can haul up to 20 golf carts at a time, which that's cool. That's awesome. And he's only going to charge $1 a mile. There ain't no money in that. There's no fucking money. There's no way that you can haul that many golf carts to wherever for $1 a mile. No 18-wheeler driver will fucking do that shit. So anyway, I ended up telling him to fuck off, basically, in a nice way. I'm a small business, man. I mean, I don't have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank just sitting there, you know. And yeah, I may not can haul that very many golf carts at one time, but I was there on time. I got the merchandise there safely, on time, every time. And he's talking about, well, he can do it $1 a mile, and he's open 7 days a week. Well, I'm open 7 days a fucking week, but I ain't no $1 a mile. You're crazier than shit. There ain't nobody gonna touch that in their right mind, because the way diesel, where I'm from, is between $3.79 and $4.05 a gallon. All right, and if you've got to drive 200 miles hauling 20 golf carts, you're gonna fill up at least twice, minimum, at least twice. And to fill up a diesel truck like a F350 or a Cummins or whatever, it's just Hot Shot. If you don't know what Hot Shot is, look it up. It's pretty cool. This ain't a big rig. It's not a big rig. It's just Hot Shot, and it's gonna cost you about $100 to fill it up, depending on where you're at. Okay, that 100 miles that you went, or 200 miles, that's fuck, dude. You just blowed $100-something of your profit right there. And then if you have a fucking blowout on the trailer or your truck, and you don't have the equipment or the spares to fix it yourself, you got to call out a roadside assistance guy. He comes out and charges you $180 a fucking hour, plus a come out there fee, plus the material. If changing 2 fucking tires is gonna cost you $1,000 fucking dollars, and then that right there just ate your whole fucking profit right there. So there's no fucking way. I think the guy was wanting me to come out on my mileage. I'm not doing it. He can kiss my ass, because it shit costs too much money. Oil change on my F350 is $184 fucking dollars. I do it myself. It don't cost me that, but at a dealership, it costs $184 to change out oil on an F350. I can get all of the shit, the oil and the filter, for $90. Do it myself. But still, the maintenance on them vehicles, if an injector goes out on my truck, the part is $300 for the part, and then plus $180 an hour for a mechanic to fix it. And typically with an injector, it's about 6 hours. That's what they're gonna bill you. It don't matter if it takes them if they can do it in 2 hours, they're gonna bill you for 6 hours for one part. You know. So I just told him, basically, let that guy do it. Have fun with it. I can't do it for that price. So I no longer work. I no longer work for them people. But I haven't got any guy. I'm gonna run this live another 6 minutes, guys and gals, tips of all sizes. I like to get on here and rant, because if I get on a subject I'm passionate about, I'll talk for hours if you let me. Yeah. But I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can start getting monetized. I gotta get 1,000 subscribers, and then I can start getting monetized, because I've got over almost 500,000 views on my videos that I've got on there now. So I'm trying to get monetized so I can start making a little bit of coin on the side. I'm doing this right here. I like engaging with y'all. I like talking to y'all. I like y'all's feedback. I like to hear all that shit, man. So hit that like button, share my live. I mean, do what you want to do. This video will be posted to my regular videos tomorrow. It takes it all night to process and upload. Three minutes and I'm out, guys. How y'all doing? I see we got one viewer. So you comment down there. I don't care what it is. I'll laugh about it if I have to. I mean, I don't care. I'm just trying to get out there. You know, this don't cost me nothing but time, and it's time I enjoy. I enjoy being out here talking to y'all at night. About the only free time I got, other than doing what I got to do to fix my house. Is it burnt? Or cutting grass. That's what I'm doing. Through the other comments, I got talking to this person named Athena. Seemed like a good person. Talked about everything. Well, guys, I'm out. I will hopefully see y'all tomorrow. Y'all tune in. Say, go sub, go like, do what you got to do. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I may do a live during the day tomorrow if I ain't too busy. I may hop on real quick and see what's up. So, this video will be posted tomorrow to my main channel, or to my main list or whatever. So, I will see y'all later. Good night. God bless. Stay safe. With everything going on in the world, wherever you're at, stay vigilant. Keep God in your mind. He will keep you safe. And I will see y'all later. Deuces.